Wouldn't it be so nice if we could swap out these old clunky wall wart power adapters, something everybody hates, for something everybody loves, sleek, beautiful USB Type-C? I've been digging into this and it's actually a little more of a project than I thought it was going to be, but hey, that's good. Everybody needs a project. If you're like me, you've got quite a few of these type of rat's nests hanging around your house. And to the untrained eye, this may appear to be a fire hazard, but all of these devices are just small electronics. They're all sipping on power. 5 watts, 12 watts. Nothing in here is even using more than 50 watts of power. It's nothing. That's what I keep telling myself. That's why these comically oversized power strips aren't that big of a deal. You could have 100 of those devices from the garage plugged into this and you still wouldn't trip the breaker. This thing can take 1,875 watts. You're not getting there with all those little dinky things. But even if you plug 6 or 7 space heaters into this thing, it's gonna trip the breaker inside of here pretty quickly, and then trip the breaker inside of your electrical panel pretty quickly too, if everything is working how it should. And if not, yes, your house will burn down fairly quickly. So the quick and easy way to solve this power adapter problem is to get yourself a big old power strip like this, and then get a bag of these 8-inch extension cords. They are so useful and amazing. I have them all over the house because those big old wall warts always get in the way. Boing. So for most people, this works pretty good. Plug everything in, push it behind the TV, you never think of it again, it's fine. But I just can't stop there. I need to actually fix this crazy mess I have. And yes, there's a lot more going on here than just the power adapters, so I've got a lot of room for improvement. So just so we're on the same page here, almost every single piece of electronic equipment runs on DC power. But when we plug something into the wall, that's AC power. So this little brick here, this wall wart, is what changes AC power into DC power, sends that power through, and then eventually gets to this barrel jack. This barrel jack plugs in to the back of your electronic equipment. So it should be as simple as buying a bunch of these barrel jack to USB-C adapters, plug and play, a little bit of trial and error, and then we're good, right? Wrong. There is not actually any standard for these barrel jacks. They are built to confuse you and actually discourage you to do something like this. There's the outside diameter, there's the inside diameter, there's the length. It could be center positive, center negative. And this color coding on the tips here means absolutely nothing. You could be looking at 2 almost identical adapters like this and get it wrong very easily. So I ordered a bunch of different cables, adapters, and I started plugging away. And of course, the very first thing that I try, my BitAxe little Bitcoin miner, the smoke came out immediately. I used a 12-volt cable when it was supposed to be a 5-volt cable. Boom, blew it up. So now I'm keeping track of its 5-volt, 12-volt, everything above or below. You gotta be a little meticulous for this. The European Union actually just passed a regulation requiring USB Type-C on any device that uses less than 240 watts of DC power. So what that means is that I can move to Spain and wait 2 years and all of my problems will be solved. So now it's just a lot of trial and error. You got to read the specifications on every power brick. I've got my ambient weather base station here, got the barrel jack, and I think I've actually matched up the correct barrel jack, even though this is a little bit longer, so it means it's gonna stick out, which kind of sucks. Plug it in here, plug it in here. Go, baby, go! So the fact that it turned on with my little portable power station here means we're good to go. It's a victory. This is a pretty cool solution if you have something like this and you want to take it on the go. But I don't want to take it on the go. I want it to be here in my shed at my desk. So alas, we are still gonna need some type of power adapter. We still need to take the AC power coming out of the receptacles in the wall and turn it into DC power. But instead of a bunch of different wall warts, we've got one, and all of them can plug right into this beautiful USB-C and then one USB-A. I bought a couple different USB-C hubs like this. This one has more power, but less ports, which can come in handy if you have some more powerful devices, a few different laptops. And this one has less power, but a lot more ports, which is much more usable for this project. That little weather station, base station was taking 1 watt. So I've hit my first real roadblock here. The Google Nest Wi-Fi uses a 10 volt power supply, which is kind of oddball. I'm just gonna skip it, not deal with it. You know, I could clip this cable, I could wire something in. Let's not mess with that. I'm actually getting rid of this very soon and overhauling my house with a Unify system. And I'll have a video about that, hopefully pretty soon. A nice little bonus for this project, I can reclaim my charging brick for my laptop because this thing is gonna handle it all. So the biggest and scariest power adapter I've got going in this project is for my monitor here. It's not the fanciest monitor, it's not the most expensive, but I still don't want to blow it up. I was able to find the right size barrel adapter. This is the weirdest one of them all. I think it's an outside diameter 6mm, inside diameter 1.4, something like that. And then I got a USB-C cable that allows you to select voltage on demand. We're gonna set it at 20 volts because that's what the monitor needs. And here we go. Nice. Still kind of scary. This cable is definitely not very pretty. I can go on AliExpress and order a 20 volt adapter and it'll take 3 weeks to get here. So for now, and probably forever, this is gonna be what it looks like. Well, I think I've discovered a little problem with my harebrained scheme here when I plug my laptop in. Okay, when I plugged my laptop in, when this was using the same USB-C port as my monitor, just turned off. Like, this is so janky. Is this actually good? I think it is good. Time will tell, of course, but look, I was able to get rid of all this stuff. Look at the before and look at the after. This is very, very nice. There's one cable coming down now and then also this wire loom. Still a mess down here, but those are all real power cables. And I will be labeling these and putting them in a plastic bag for future use just in case. Okay, it is now time for the main event. Clean it all up, make it look nice. Don't bring the internet down because the wife is inside on video calls for work. And once again, not gonna mess with the Google Nest Wi-Fi. This will go away next week. This is all fiber stuff, I'll leave it alone. But the rest of this stuff is fair game. Where's this one going? Okay, Philips Hue. Oh no, that's not Philips Hue. That is the switch. It's a mess. This already is USB. What am I doing using a power adapter? Because my power strip doesn't have any USB ports. You can always tell how smart someone's smart home is by how many smart home hubs they have. And I've got 4. I've got Lutron, I've got Yolink, I've got Philips, I've got Akara, and I want them all to go away, but that's not gonna happen today. That will make for a pretty good future video, I think. I think I have one Lutron switch in my house for this whole thing. Unplug it all and see what happens. This is USB as well. I'm the problem. Well, after starting with a pretty bad mess and also leaving a pretty bad mess on the floor right now, I am very happy with how this came out. Just a little bit of double-sided tape, zip ties, rearranging some cables, and it has transformed into something very nice. And that's gonna be the whole point of this channel. With every video, I hope I can make my house just a little more nice. Home improvement, DIY, tech stuff, whatever it is, I just want my house to be a little more nice with every video. All of these hubs actually just use USB-A. They're just sipping on power like I said in the beginning. So I was able to use this USB-A hub from Anker that I've had forever and is really nice. And I did a 12 volt barrel jack to USB-A adapter for the switch here. So now that I've stumbled and bumbled through this project and gotten through to the other side with an awesome result, I have got a hailstorm hitting us right now. Very rare for this neck of the woods. So I've got a suggestion for you. I think you should buy one of these multi-pack of adapters. This one's like $9 on Amazon. I'll have the link up here and in the description for you to grab it. This will allow you to plug in just the adapter to all your little devices. You write down what size it is, you write down what voltage you need, and then you can order a proper cable. Something that looks very nice and clean like this. And the problem with these little multi-packs is they don't always come with the Rosetta Stone that translates the little letter on the adapter to the actual measurement. So I went back to the original listing on Amazon and I had to print it out, and then I had to actually draw the A, B, C, D, and then this said it was H, but it's actually I. So you have to do some deciphering. Like I said, it's a project. And then if you need to go a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole with other oddball sizes, this is a different multi-pack that I bought that was 26 bucks, has pretty bad reviews on Amazon, but I bought it anyways, and I was able to find the size barrel jack for my monitor through trial and error with this pack. It also comes with the cable that has the voltage selector on it, which is pretty dang nice. Just start at 5 volts, make sure you're all lined up, and then turn it up. And I was able to turn it up to 20 volts for the monitor and get it working. And like I said before, I ordered some cable from AliExpress, and it's gonna take weeks to get here for the monitor to actually get cleaned up and be nice. So we got one problem solved and about 1 million more to go. I'll see you on the next one.